How many of you want to be happier? I'm sure most of you will raise your hands. If not, you're lying to yourself. The real question is, how do we become happier? And the answer lies in life management. Life management is a way to balance your life and be resilient in the face of change. That means not freaking out when something unwanted or unexpected happens, which is unfortunately inevitable in life. Let me tell you a little bit about myself. I was born in Atlanta, Georgia, where I went to elementary school. In 2016, we moved to New York, where I went to middle school. And then, in the summer of 8th grade, we moved here to the Bay Area, where I'll be completing my high school. So yes, I've quite literally moved around the United States. And moving around requires being able to adapt to new environments rapidly. Otherwise, you'll be left behind. If I hadn't practiced life management techniques during these times, especially the ones I'm going to be talking about today, meditation and yoga, I don't think I would have been able to navigate them as successfully. So this really works. And don't worry, it's also backed by scientific evidence, despite originating in ancient India thousands of years ago. Let's talk about meditation. The first thing that comes to most people's minds when they hear the word meditation is something similar to this picture. There's someone sitting with their legs crossed in the ground, with their eyes closed and their serene expression on their face. They're in a natural, isolated, peaceful landscape with the rising sun somewhere in the background. While this is certainly one way to go about practicing meditation, it is definitely not the only option or the best one for people like us. It's not like we have the luxury to transport ourselves to some exotic place just to practice meditation. Fortunately, we can do something as simple as sitting on the ground, closing our eyes, and deep breathing. Anytime, anywhere. We have about 7 thoughts per second. That doesn't sound like a lot, right? 7 days in a week, 7 colors in a rainbow. But 7 thoughts per second means 420 thoughts per minute. Now that's a lot of thinking for just 1 minute. And given the distractions and negativity around us, especially given what's happening in the world today, this number is even higher. And that's why the goal of meditation is to untangle this rather large jumble of thoughts. Beautiful, isn't it? By deep breathing for just 10 minutes every day, you can truly reduce stress, increase focus, and ultimately be happier. Not only that, you can also increase your cognitive abilities and emotional intelligence. That's a lot of value we're getting out of just 10 minutes. Meditation really helped me curb the negativity and move past it rather than letting it overwhelm me. And this was tremendously helpful during our moves, as I was able to adapt to different environments in different states of the US. The key thing here, though, is consistency. In order to experience these positive benefits, we have to make meditation a part of our daily routine. It doesn't have to be long, just 10 minutes is enough to make a difference. However, in the same way that we do our homework every day, play sports, listen to music, work out, we have to approach meditation with the same level of dedication. Now, there's one misconception that I would like to clear. A lot of people, especially beginners, have this mindset that says that they're going to be able to clear their thoughts instantaneously. However, that's really not going to happen. It's a little bit like my sister saying she wants to go to high school, except she's in 2nd grade. So yes, meditation is like when you're in your zone, while you're doing homework or listening to music. You're so engrossed in what it is you're doing that no other thoughts register. However, in order to enter this zone, it requires practice and consistency. And in my sister's case, a little bit more learning. So don't worry. As long as you are focusing on your breath and feeling each inhale and exhale, you are meditating continuously, and you are doing great. Now, moving on to yoga. As a teacher at an organization called JET USA, I teach first-generation American students about life management and how they can implement it in their lives. There was one particular student who would come to class constantly fidgeting with their hands, looking here and there. They had a very small attention span, and frankly, it was a little annoying at times. However, after consistently practicing yoga, they left my class as one of the most attentive and focused students. This is the power of these practices. The physical components of yoga, called asanas, are both a form of mental and physical exercise. They help you to condition your body to deal with the stress that it faces on a daily basis. They also make you both mentally and physically fit. According to the American Psychological Association, yoga decreases amygdala activity in your brain, which controls the fight or flight response. This decreases stress, anxiety, and depression. Yoga and meditation will help you to strike a balance between your school, social, and personal lives. By practicing them, you will be able to care for yourself, which is so important in our increasingly busy lives. These practices also help me notice subtle differences between Atlanta, New York, and the Bay Area. It's even in the way I refer to each place itself. Atlanta is the name of a city, New York is a state, and the Bay Area is a region. Interesting, right? There are different ecosystems that exist within each state for us as students. While the fundamentals of education, extracurriculars, music, sports, these are the same, there's a different focus in each state. In Georgia, there's more of a conventional career path. In New York, there's a big finance culture. And here in the Bay Area, there's a heavy emphasis placed on STEM and entrepreneurship. Meditation and yoga help you to pick up on these small details quickly, and they make you very observant. Drastic change in topic, but I'm sure most of you recognize this. It's been the bane of our existence for the past 2 years. It forced us to completely transition to school online. It shut down the world for quite some time. It catalyzed a discussion of spike proteins. You guessed it, it's COVID. COVID-19 has brought about so much change. There's a new normal, we're online more than ever, mental health crises have surged dramatically. Burning Off Children's Hospital reports a 75% increase in adolescent mental health hospitalizations after the onset of the pandemic. And that is very concerning. But there's good news. According to a 2020 review of 27 studies, Rutgers University professors found that yoga decreased anxiety and depression in 70% of them. And that, as I'm sure you can tell, is very significant. Just like we have yoga and meditation in our daily lives, just like we nourish our bodies with food, exercise, and other external stimuli like music and Netflix, can't forget those, we need to also nourish our minds. And the best way to do this is through yoga and meditation. Make yoga and meditation a part of your daily lives. Make them a part of you. Let's use these techniques to overcome the negativity around us while achieving our goals and being happy. Are you with me on this journey? Thank you.